Welcome to our channel. Today in this video you will learn that how we can create this beautiful sci-fi waving animation with geometry node in Blender. And here you can see this beautiful structure is created with the geometry node. If you want to purchase this file, then you can visit my Patreon. Link is in the description, from where you can find a lot of materials, animations. So check out the Patreon links. So let's start the video. Open the Blender, and here I add object. Then want any object. Here we note. Read this. Here I search for the curve line, like here, and this. Here we have this curve line. This is along z-axis. I want this along x-axis, so put here 0. Here I put the length of this curve line 5 meters. Beautiful. Now we have this line along x-axis. Here I use the node curve to mesh. Here in curve profile I add the curve circle. The radius of this circle is big. Here I reduce the radius of the circle, something like this. Solid view clearly. Wireframe, I want to add some more cuts. So for that, here I use a node resample curve. Here I number of cuts. Better. Back to the solid view. Now this here. Now I use the set position node, create the distortion in this. So for that, here I search for the set position. This here in offset, use the noise texture. There is the texture and vector in offset. And now I add the math node here. This time I search for the vector math. Put it here, and this type scale. Nice. And here I reduce the scale 0.200 for my case, and here I put the value minus 0.440. Back this to its original place, and here I choose this type to 4D, and scale detail 0, and here I scale down scale of the noise texture. I a little noise. I think this is looking nice. Beautiful. Now I want to add the layers on each vertex of this pipe. So for that, here I search for the node sense on point, place it here, and here in instance I use the UV sphere and put this mesh into the sense. Here you can see the radius is too much high, and here I decrease the radius something like 0.2. Nice. Beautiful. Here use this W value to animate something like this. Nice. Now here I want to add the lines. between these balls. So for that, first I search for the set shade smooth, structure smooth, and now here actually this is the mesh, so we convert this into the curve by pressing shift A. Here we search for the mesh to curve node and place it here. Also search for the join geometry, these three nodes here, and put this in this, and here you can see the nice pattern, but I want to add some thickness. So for that I again convert this curve into the mesh. So for that, curve to mesh node, and here in profile I use the curve circle by pressing shift, search for the curve circle. Now the circle radius of the circle is too much high, and here I find the value which is suitable for my case. Here I put 0.003. It's looking nice structure, beautiful. Now I want to add the material. So for that, there are two different type of material. The first which is for the wire structure, and the second which is for the ball structures. So here search for the set material node and shift D to duplicate and place it here, and here in material I create different material. First I rename this wire, create another, this I rename this balls, beautiful, and here I search for the wire, this is for the balls, beautiful. Now in shading, and here I choose the material ball, and here I some material over scene. So for that, here I decrease the roughness, and here and make it dark emission. I add different material. So for that, here I search for the color ramp, I place here, and also search for the layer weight. Here I use this spacing, and here I increase the strength, something like this. Now I adjust the color. So here I add another pointer, pointer something like here, this pointer here, and also select constant for this. You can see there are three different layers. Now I apply the material. First select this, and here I choose some this kind of material, some more dark for this type. Here I select in material, the internal part, this. Here I search this material. Now this is looking beautiful. And now back to the wire. Here I apply the material for the wire. First make this material to dark. Here in emission, here I choose some this type of material, increase strength, something like 50, too much bright, dark, create nice glowing wires, looking better, beautiful. Now back to the geometry node. Here in this view, now I want to add the camera to our scene. Here I search for the camera and put this camera this nice view and press Ctrl Alt 0 and move this camera like this. Here it's beautiful, nice. And here you can see the camera, and here I move this camera along the y-axis. First I adjust the focal length of the camera. Here I increase this. Here now it's looking beautiful. Now here you can see I want to animate this camera. So for this, first I press I to insert the keyframe, 150 frame. Here in camera view, the camera is select and press GX to move this camera side this here and press I to insert. Now here you can see the nice effect. And now back to the first frame. Now here in geometry node I animate this value. In frame 1, here I hover this W value and press I to insert a keyframe. Is 150. Here I find value something like 5. I press I to insert the. Now here you can see the waving balls and beautiful, nice. And here I enter into the red view. Here in word volume, here I select volume, also TV cycles. For this, here I increase the density. This factor more glow. I think this is looking beautiful. Now I want to add some variation in the balls. For that, here in shading, in camera view, also standard view, and back to the frame 1, and here I use this value. Currently this is 1.7 emission value. I make it the 0, and here I put the keyframe, now 150 frame, and here I put this original value which is 1.7. Again press I to insert the. Back to the geometry node. Here you can see the nice structure into the camera view. Back to this frame. Here we run the animation. Here you can see the balls gradually here. Beautiful. Thanks for watching.